Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. With that, we move on to a standalone session titled The Future of Work, powered by AI and Analytics. And it is my pleasure to welcome and introduce Manish Shah, Vice President, Southeast Asia, Verin. Manish, over to you.
Thank you, Ivan. Thank you very much. Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for the opportunity to present, especially to Economics Times for this BPO summit. Hope to have your attention next 10 to 15 minutes where I'll be sharing and talking about some insight on the future of work powered by artificial intelligence and analytics. Before we start, I think let's look at the current situation in the market. I think many of my predecessor speakers did talk about the pandemic impact in 2020. And I think every business and industry were affected. BPO was also not left out, and it was kind of rushing for BCP to ensure that most of the workforce gets settled at home. Same time, they have a seamless connectivity. They have a laptop and the hardware. All these things are put in a place. So basically, the drastic immediate shift has made change a priority. As I think Rohit said earlier about it was kind of the overnight gesture to be responded to ensure that there is a continuity in the business. Same time, but as soon as I think the successfully moving to the workforce at the home, there was an unparalleled challenges started coming in about concern about well-being of the employee, their unpredictability in terms of their availability, how long they can work, and their mental well-being from working from home, and are they productive enough, or is there any monitoring tool to allow them to meet the SLA as demanded by the end clients? So these were the challenges felt very greatly, and I would say that it not all bad in the end, as we saw that the cloud transformation and digital technology came to the help, and especially the artificial intelligence and automation technology came to the help, to the rescue, to provide those tools and then monitoring the devices that help the BPOs, especially to make it come as seamless as possible. So basically, it was a kind of a blessing in disguise. The COVID era has actually helped and fueled the adaptation of remote collaboration tools such as Zoom and Microsoft Teams, WebEx. I think we all have played during our lockdown to meet up with our friends and family. At the same time, the enterprise also went after digital channels to introduce more of self-service, because there was a dramatic increase in terms of the interaction volume by adopting to these digital channels, and that has I would say the paramount of the problems has came to the level where employees were, I would say, dumped with a lot of complex challenges coming from the calls, coming from the emails or chats. So the tasks become more complex as regular calls on top of the self-service channels were dropping it. And at the same time, the crunch of the resources and unpredictability of the staffing was continuing to be a challenge. And there was a definite need to require to schedule those resources. They were working from a distributed environment, remote staffs are working, as also a lot of digital bots coming into play as well. So all were required to be scheduled to ensure that they work hand in hand sequentially, become complementary, and provide the boost in terms of the efficiencies. And the big challenges were in the end that how do we, when the robots and humans are working hand in hand, how do we measure the performance and ensure that they meet the corporate SLAs and the goals? So But what I can say that greatly, this demands a great focus about balancing act, which requires post COVID-19 to ensure that we get back to that sustainable, sustained customer engagement management. So if I go to the next slide, what I'm trying to say here, that COVID era actually helped us to embrace, adopt the cloud-based or artificial intelligence automation technologies. But the one thing remained, I would say, unchanged, which was a balancing act, is about elevating the customer experience and improving the operational efficiencies. So so basically, the automation tools and artificial intelligence technology actually helped monitoring and the performance management of the workforce, whether it's digital or the human, and same time allow to real time ability to listen to them all interactions and then take the meaningful decision out of it. So that was important. I would say the drastic a paradigm shift in terms of in terms of supporting the customers to meet their queries, I would say, in the right way and the fastest way. I would say that this balancing act is going to continue lead the next generational transformation in 2021 and beyond. And I can proudly say that Verint is one of the global customer engagement company is more focused than any of our competition in this market to help the customer achieve their strategic goal and make the elevate the customer experience. So let's look at the post-COVID or during the COVID, what has changed and what going to change. So if I say that three kind of things I think is going to impact the market, I think we have heard of many of my colleagues and the speakers who already talk about the way we work. I think that is the first foremost thing is going to be impacted. Where as I said that the hybrid force are going to be appeared in the BPO industry, especially where it's going to work digital bots and the human hand in hand together. Same time, the human will be a human agent will be taking a lot of assisted service. They will be empowered to do the more complex tasks, and same time they will be working on flexible shift, flexible schedules, and also collaborating well with the digital channels or digital bots. The second most things which we are going to see the changes around us will be the way we get help. I mean, basically the way we get served. So basically this will be the new brand of consumers which are going to come with a new range of expectation where they would require the right information in a quickest way into their fingertips. So basically, we are going to see those more empowered employees getting real-time guidance from the automation technology to provide the assisted service to our consumers. And also, there will be new range of self-service which will be more efficient. It will be kind of conversational self-service, which will satisfy the consumers at their first instant connect. So that is what I think we are going to see disruption in terms of automation technology bringing the way we get the help. The third thing which we are going to see, I think some of the speaker also did mention about the Generation Z and as well as the millennial generation, Generation Y. So we are going to see this generation of the customer and employee at the workforce as well as a consumer, and they are going to bring the kind of new expectation, or we can say, of the next normal that they're going to represent. And I think BPO has to be ready to serve them and meet their expectations. So let's look at the way we work. So I think that the biggest thing we see the changes happening is about the home agent workforce. I think during this pandemic, most of the BPO successfully managed to bring the workforce at a home. And it was not new for them. It was going gradually past couple of years. I have seen it, but I think it became blessing in disguise where pandemic made drafted shift into this, and BPO managed to bring most of the workforce at a home. and seamlessly connected working from home as well. With the so basically it was a disruption brought in by not by only technology but also the changing demography happening, because most of the workforce went back to their home. They were no more located only in the metro city. They were also moved to the category A and category B city. So the BPO had to leverage on them regardless of their place and location to ensure and onboard them to make the seamless connectivity. So I would say that this trend will be continued even the post pandemic, and we will see this shift towards home sourcing as a global traction. Most of the organizations will be continue having their employees teleworking. More than 50% of them are. I think the statistics clearly states here itself, where we can see that more than 50% accepts the agents working from home. I think we have recently also heard about the news from some of the large BPO in India already announcing that they will have 30 to 50% of their workforce permanently working from home. So I think that will be definitely the new normal, which we are going to see. While we see this, the remote employee working from home, I think what we are going to see, the drastic change here will be that this will be more empowered workforce, and they will be relying on the artificial intelligence tools to serve the customer better, to meet the SLAs, and same time with the customer experience, giving them elevated basis. So we expect this employee become more knowledgeable. They will be collaborating with the robots to get the fastest informations. They will not be busy in searching or Googling while they are on the call or they are on the email, because they will be automatically served by those technologies. They will be able to see, visualize their dashboard in terms of their schedule, their availability. They'll be able to do the shift bidding. They can work in a flexible manners as never before. And same time, they will be part of the gamification process, where they will be promoted to work with a higher SLA, with providing elevated customer experience, and then be rewarded for delivering those enhanced customer experience. So that's a part of the we are going to see the work is going to change, and then we will see another major disruption will be happening. Because of this automation technology will be, or the powered by cloud transformation that is going to present. So automation is going to create, in my opinion, a winner and losers clearly. Here, look at the stats. The companies who's going to embrace the artificial intelligence part of their business in the next decades, they're going to double their cash flows. They're going to grow multi-folds, and the company who's not going to adopt this AI-based technology or cloud-based transformation technology, I think they will be on the losing sides. So in my thoughts, there will be two kinds of company exist at the end of the next decade: those who are using AI and those who are out of business. It is kind of hurts, but that is the kind of truth we will see that, which means the company, the BPO has to be ready with the I would say artificial intelligence powered tools and technology to monitor performance of their employee as well as the robots, and same time they need to find the new way of listening on the voice of customers, listening to the omni channels, and allow the employee to take better decision to meet the new way of customer expectation or customer experience. So the biggest, I would say, stakeholder in the enterprise, which is going to drive the automation, will be the self-service. So self-service is going to the future of works or future of customer engagement, where the hybrid workforce will be emerging. They will be part of working with the human and bots hand in hand. And if you can look at some stats here as well. In 2017, the interaction volume, 48% interaction volume were managed by self-service, which is going to change dramatically by 2022. Almost 64% interactions will be served by by self-service, and on top there will be assisted self-service, which means the complex calls are going to land to the agents, which are not managed by the self-service. So that would be almost about 21%. So there'll be a blur line between the self-service and assisted self-service. So we can put it in all one category of 85% of the interaction volumes are going to serve by kind of automation technology. I can just give an example how that can then bring a dramatic change. Is like just imagine a conversation happening between agent and customer, where customer is raising a point that is going to soon change his address, home address, or location. Then the robots, the digital bots, which is listening real time to this conversation, and suddenly realize that, okay, customer is expecting the help in terms of changing his location. So automatically agent's desktop will have the pop-up of the guidance for the next best action, whereby agents can be provided real time what are the next steps to help the customer fulfill his request for change of address. Similarly, if the conversations continues and where customer suddenly expresses his frustration about certain service not being met, if the and the robots is continue listening this and then actually realize that this customer is platinum customer and cannot be continue be unhappy, then he presents the real-time guidance to the agents to promote with a $200 credit to ensure that and assist the agents to allow the customer to be retained and make in the end happy. So basically, agent doesn't have to go and search during this conversation. He can be real time guided and helped by the bots to the requirement of customers also in almost real time. So end of the day, this is, I'm not talking about any visionary or roadmap of the technology. This is something available today, and I can say one of the company who can provide this kind of automations is the Verint system. Now, besides the way as we see the way the consumers are going to be served, the major shift and change which we are going to see in 2021 and beyond, which will be the core itself. The core, which is about the new generation of customers and employees. So if you look at here, the new generation of customers, you can see here there are two generations. One is a millennial, or you can say generation Y, and generation Z. They are almost consist of 50% of the overall consumer base, which is a quite substantial and large. And these customers or consumers are coming with their new way of expectations and the new way of expecting the customer experience or the social experience. For them, just getting inaccurate or incomplete answers faster is not going to make them happy. They want the real things, fastest and quickest, and at the fingertips they will be expecting. So let's look at how the BPO can be ready with to deal with this new generation of consumers, so-called, or the employee. So as we see from the previous slide where I talk about the millennial and the generation Z, which are going to bring this change, and they will actually push forward the embracing of this new automation and artificial intelligence powered technologies, where because these millennial generations are I think they are gadget savvy, they're technology savvy. They work with the gadgets day in, day out, and use it as their daily regular drivers. For them, basic connectivity is not good enough. For them, always connected is the way to live a lifestyle. So they expect all the information to be delivered on their fingertips. Probably that's why this generation is going to be more reliant on a self-service tools rather than waited to be serviced. They would use the conversational bots instead of the traditional old school touch IVR, touch menu IVR functions. They would they would be reaching out on the social media, on the Facebook and Amazon about their experience, social experience about the service, product, and the processes. So the enterprise and the BPO has to be ready with this new generation of customers or consumers with their expectations, and same time deploy this new generation of employee, which will be helped by the technological artificial intelligence technology such as knowledge management tools, whereby knowledge management can help them uh, and guide them real time almost about the best course of action item without investing any further time in Googling or searching while they're successfully engaged with the customers. As we all know that this customers, for them, social experience will be the best customer experience. And they will not be afraid to leave or quit the company if they have even one bad instance or experience. So basically, the new generation of the employee needs to be empowered with and make them knowledgeable to deal with this kind so that they can provide the better experience, better services, and same time elevate this customer experience of the millennium class. So I think this is what, in the end, I summarize those three major changes around us, and that is going to help and accelerate the cloud adaptation of artificial intelligence powered technologies into the BPO market, and that will scale up the BPO going forward even more successful than ever before. So with this, I can summarize and say that Verint is a company here already available, focused on providing simplified, modernized, automated customer engagement solution to the enterprise for helping them to elevating customer experience and improving their operational efficiencies. So hope that it was fruitful and insightful. I'll be happy available towards the end of the event to answer any questions you have. So thank you very much for your attention and time, and have a good health and safe.
Thank you, Mr. Shah. That indeed was a fruitful and insightful presentation on the future of work powered by AI and analytics. At the moment, we do not have any questions for you. If there are any, we will send them to you offline. We wish you and Verint the very best going forward.
Thank you very much.
Ladies and gentlemen, do stay tuned in. We will be back on the other side.